Tax Solutions Now is a complimentary referral service that connects callers to companies that provide tax services.
Money matters. If you owe thousands in back taxes to the IRS, how much can Tax Solutions Now save you?
I paid less than I owe.
That's right, money matters. So call Tax Solutions Now and get the IRS off your back. Since 2014, Tax Solutions Now has been a leader in the tax resolution industry. Remove wage garnishments, property liens, fines, and penalties. Qualify for the Fresh Start program or even uncollectible status. How much can Tax Solutions Now save you?
I owed the IRS over $10,000. I paid a fraction of what I owed.
Call now to reduce or even eliminate your back taxes.
I called Tax Solutions Now and got the IRS off my back. Thanks. You saved us a ton of money.
Money matters. How much can Tax Solutions Now save you? Call now and find out.
Call 800-683-7377. 800-683-7377. 800-683-7377.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casinos now, your favorite sports book available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you get a risk-free bet up to $300 and 20 bonus dollars at BorgataCasino.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, in this week's book report, we have the normal... well, what's becoming the weekly record-setting numbers. From
every week,
someone, somehow is setting a record.
Every week we either have a state record or a national record. I mean, it's a testament to how big a market for sports betting is in this country. It's absolutely amazing.
We also have legislation to talk about. We have deals to talk about, and we have launches to talk about. And I'm not talking about individual sportsbook launches. We have two states.
Two states. Yeah, no, that was a big story this week.
Well, where do you want to start? We got all over the place. We can do the numbers. You want to do the numbers first?
Yeah,
we always start with numbers.
Yeah, we'll tease them with the states. But I probably, if you're listening to this podcast, you know something about the gambling business, and you know what states we're going to be talking about.
Pennsylvania reported their numbers, and they have a state record handle of $548.6 million in December. A lot of people, as much as I want to talk about the handle and the revenue and all this stuff for the entire state, everyone was focused on one entity in Pennsylvania for December, and that was Barstool.
They did really great.
There are 12 online sports books. Barstool's one of them. They had a 20% hold in terms of money coming in there for their app in the month of December.
And, of course, the 20%, well, almost a 20% hold. I think it was a 19 point something or other. And certainly the hold translates into revenue, and right. Barstool was the number one revenue-producing sportsbook in Pennsylvania.
That's basically their gross revenue of the month. The rest of the books, the other 11, had basically a normal hold percentage, about 6%, 6.5%. And a lot of people are trying to figure out what happened with Barstool that was different than the other books. And I think they push a lot of parlays. They do maybe a lot more promos than a lot of other people. They've got a different type of following.
Yeah, I'm very curious about Barstool. I mean, I'm here in New Jersey. They're not in New Jersey yet. I hope they do cross the border into New Jersey.
They are in Pennsylvania and Michigan.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what Barstool has, and so I'm really waiting for them to get to New Jersey so I can put them on my phone, just like the other ones I have.
But it's almost like this is a different type of audience.
Sure.
Whether it's,
Well, they already have an audience. Even before their sportsbook started, they have an audience. They have a devoted audience. So, I think that translates into great revenue.
And it's a different tact.
Yeah, a good business plan.
Yeah. I think Penn National is more surprised than anybody about what happened in December with that. But
like I said, I'm waiting for Barstool to get into New Jersey. I guess their pathway into New Jersey is Penn National has a deal with, Freehold Racetrack?
Yep.
And I'm very curious to see if Barstool will be part of their skins moving forward in New Jersey.
Well, right now there are two skins to Freehold already.
Yeah.
Play Up and Parks.
Parks, yeah.
So we'll see exactly if the third skin goes to Barstool.
I hope so, yeah.
But that's the only one that would make sense.
Yeah, it'd be
Because
great.
Barstool does not have a presence in New Jersey. Maybe they just don't care about New Jersey just yet.
Well, I'm sure they care about New
They'll
Jersey.
get there.
I'm
They'll get there. But I'm just saying.
sure they have a lot of fans in New Jersey. So, no, I can't. Hopefully Barstool is in New Jersey very soon.
Well, according to the numbers also, revenue for the entire Pennsylvania sports betting market in December was just a little over $34 million. That's almost a 200% jump from December of last year.
Wow. Great.
So congratulations to Pennsylvania. They also collected $12.2 million in taxes.
Well, that's the important thing for a state.
Yeah, but that's why they pass sports betting.
Yep, that's why it exists.
Over in Mississippi, they reported their numbers for December. Handle was $55.298 million. Again, this is land-based. They don't have mobile.
Considering they don't have mobile, that's a pretty good number. I mean, you
And
have
also
to,
for
you actually
them-
physically have to go and place a bet at a window.
And if you
or
think
a
about it-
kiosk, I guess you can do a kiosk.
You
in
can do a
Mississippi,
kiosk,
right?
yeah, self-serve.
All right, yeah.
But you have to also think about it. Most of these guys were closed for the last couple of weeks too.
Yeah.
In leading into December. Coastal region had $37.6 million in sports betting handle, and again, Mississippi's broken up into three regions: coastal, northern, and southern. Sports betting revenue for 2020 was about $44 million, which is a good number for in-person betting.
Sure, very good number.
That was almost the same as what they had previous year. So it's a consistent market in terms of retail.
I think it's a very good market considering, every time we have a sports betting analysis or analysts come on here and they say when they look at a state, they have good college programs in the state. They have good professional teams in the state. Well, Mississippi doesn't have any professional teams.
No.
So I think it's great. When you don't have that element in the state, I think it's great when you get these numbers.
Well, just to round out the numbers for Mississippi, they may be growing soon. And it may be about time they did this because a bill was just introduced for online sports betting.
Good. You should.
So there's some legislation for you mixed in with some of these numbers. And again, Mississippi is a good, consistent retail sports betting market. I'm curious to see what the online does. And you just mentioned they don't have any pro teams.
I mean, if the numbers are like this without any online sports betting, I think the numbers are going to increase exponentially when you get online sports betting. So it's going to be amazing.
Well, the other market that we're going to talk about today is Washington, D.C. They just released their December numbers. And they always do it in in a different way than everybody else because they only have two entities to report on. The DC Lottery's Gambit DC app and the William Hill Sportsbook.
Okay.
William Hill announced that its monthly handle decreased about 9.5% in December, while the Gambit handle increased by 10%. Now, it's been kind of weird seeing the online app being outperformed by a retail book, but a lot of that has to do with some of the, I don't want to say the stigma, but the adverse impact that a lot of people feel Intralot has on the pricing. But one of the interesting things
I think, like I said about Washington, I think the pricing will work out. I mean, like any other business, the market is determined by the customers, and I think that'll be. And Washington's relatively new. I think they're going to get a handle on the pricing.
Well, one of the things I noticed about Intralot, and I think this might have a really good impact for Intralot in terms of moving ahead. They just did a deal with SimpleBet for the micro market betting.
Okay,
so that might sway some things in their favor. That might account for some of the change.
Sure.
But again, there's only two sports books out there: Gambit DC and William Hill. And total handle for the month was $12.4 million, about $1.3 million lower than November. And I think we're going to actually see some changes to that when Virginia expands its market because. And we're going to move on right to the launches.
Great, yeah.
Virginia launched unexpectedly.
Yeah,
I can't
that was
believe
very
Virginia.
quick. Yeah. I thought Virginia was going to be a couple of weeks down the road, and nope.
Well, again, they had kept teasing it as before Super Bowl, and just this weekend, actually Thursday of last week, FanDuel launched online.
Okay, so as we speak right now, FanDuel is live in Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, the license isn't FanDuel's either.
All right.
It's the Washington football team, and they are the first NFL team to have a sports betting license.
Wow, congratulations.
The NFL has come a long way
Washington
since losing
football.
that case.
Yeah, right.
They just gave in. They're just enjoying what's going on now, and they're seeing the profitability side of sports betting more so than worrying about the quote-unquote integrity side of the game. But Washington football team has the license. FanDuel launched, and according to the Virginia Lottery, which is running this, the teams and venues in the state are going to have preferential treatment than some of the regular operators, the unattached operators, I guess you can call it that, because FanDuel is with the Washington football team, which is really headquartered in Virginia.
Yeah, yeah.
So the licenses, the teams, they were given preferential treatment. FanDuel launched, and by the time people hear this, we're probably going to have a couple others too. But congratulations on Virginia for joining the sports betting family.
Absolutely.
And the other state, which has long been talked about, and they've been dragging it out really, is Michigan.
Michigan is going to have a good year. Not only have they started and gone live with online sports betting, but they're going to have online casinos soon. They're going to have online poker. I know the Michigan legislature also announced and passed the law that Michigan can be part of the online poker interstate compact with other states. So, I think Michigan's going to have a big gambling year.
Well, they launched with about 10 operators all at once.
Hey, get it out there. What the hell?
FanDuel.
That's the way to do it, by the way.
Let me read you the list.
Okay.
FanDuel with the Motor City Casino, BetMGM with the MGM Grand Detroit, Barstool with Greektown Casino, DraftKings with Bay Mills Indian Community, William Hill with the Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians, Twin Spires has also launched with the Hannahville Indian Community, and when they say community, they mean the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Nugget Online Gaming has launched, as well as, let me get this, Wynn has launched as well, and their 10th operator was PointsBet.
Okay.
So all those went live all at once, basically.
Also, you have Rush Street, I think.
Did I miss Rush Street?
Yeah,
I'm
Rush
looking
Street.
at the list here. Rush Street with the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians.
That was actually a musical group, Little River Band, wasn't it? I mean, they're not involved in the casino business, but the Little River Band. I kind of remember
that was in
the 70s, I think.
Well, that may be, I don't know where they're from or whatever, but, that's the little, you're right, the Little River Band.
Yeah. I didn't know they were paying tribute to a...
So it's going to be interesting to see how Michigan moves ahead with this, because they're saying this is going to be one of the bigger markets.
Oh, I think it's going to be top 5. I honestly think it's going to be top 5 sports betting market. I mean, just the size. And look, let's be honest. I mean, same way as New Jersey and Pennsylvania, Michigan has something called winter, where people sit inside and watch
don't
sports
want to go out.
and don't want to go out and sports bet and things like that. So,
well, staying in Michigan, real quick, we have a deal to announce too.
All
to
right.
talk about. BetMGM has a deal with Chris Chelios. He was Detroit Red Wings player, Hall of Fame hockey player, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. BetMGM has already partnered with the team, with the Detroit Red Wings. They are partnering with Chelios to be an ambassador for the brand in Detroit. He is going to be making regular guest appearances on Detroit's WXYT 97.1 FM, The Ticket. He's going to be doing special giveaways, doing special content for BetMGM players. Basically, they're going all in on Michigan here.
Great.
They're tying in their M Life Rewards memberships, private events, public events, and wherever you're going to see a Detroit Red Wing game, you're going to start seeing BetMGM everywhere. Chris Chelios is going to be everywhere, different radio shows, doing all this stuff. And staying with the deal side of everything, two deals that kind of interested me. There's a whole bunch of other ones to talk about, but back in New Jersey, the Devils and Prudential Center. Now, we just talked about Harris Blitzer in terms of the Sixers in the earlier part of the show.
Same ownership.
Same ownership.
Yeah, same ownership.
They did a deal with PlayUp, multi-year partnership. with PlayUp. That's an Australian sportsbook.
Okay.
That they have a deal. They have market access, and they're in Colorado already. They just got market access with Freehold in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So they have now done a deal with the Devils and Prudential Center. The Devils become PlayUp's first U.S. professional sports team partner. So it's a groundbreaking deal for PlayUp. PlayUp will be the presenting partner of the Devils' newly redesigned PlayUp Studio, which is going to be in the Prudential Center.
Okay.
They're going to be the sponsor for the team's season preview show, as well as the pregame live show prior to all Devils home games.
Oh, I have to check that out.
And they're going to have a permanent in-arena activation location called the PlayUp Sports Lounge. And the other deal, the PGA Tour. They have partnered with the American Gaming Association. Public service campaign for responsible gaming.
Great.
Have a game plan, bet responsibly. They have a content that's going to be titled "Know When to Lay Up." I guess that's a golf term.
Yeah, it is a golf
term. Tells you how up to speed I am on some
term,
of this stuff. But know when to lay up, and it's going to be appearing on social and digital platforms, will serve announcements, and also on PGA Tour Radio, which is kind of interesting. So that's the first time I'm seeing PGA Tour Radio involved in some of this stuff. And we also had some interesting legislation. Washington State has introduced legislation that would allow card rooms and racetracks to do on-premise sports betting. Washington is really done by tribal gaming, more so than anything else in terms of sports betting and what else can be offered. But this is going to be new legislation. They're having a $100,000 licensing fee for these card rooms and racetracks to offer sports betting, and 10% tax. One of the other things I noticed, and first time I think we're ever going to mention this state, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Nebraska has introduced legislation to legalize casinos, sports betting, and online sports betting at all their racetracks.
So they're doing the whole shebang there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only legal gambling they have right now is racetracks.
All right.
Horse racing.
Okay.
So they have introduced legislation to do all this stuff at the licensed racetrack facilities. And why they are doing this without a constitutional amendment is if you read what the horse racing charters say and also some of the legislation, games of chance include sports betting in Nebraska.
Great.
So no constitutional amendment. And also Texas has started to play around with some sports betting legislation that's getting some backing by the Dallas Cowboys, and also the Dallas Mavericks.
Great.
And that's it for this week's book report.
And that'll do it for us this week. If you're going out to one of the newly reopened casinos or sportsbooks, please be safe. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.